was something far beyond that. "Who used the magic?" I asked. Grimalkin didn't answer. Was she even listening to me? I wondered. She seemed to have retreated into her own private world. I heard a murmuring outside, and rather than repeating my question, I went over and lifted the tent flap. Scores of warriors stood outside, staring at the tent. I returned to Tom's makeshift bed. He was breathing slowly, in a deep sleep, but looked as if he might open his eyes at any moment. I wondered fearfully if he could really be himself after such a trauma. He might have been tipped into insanity, or have no recollection of his former life. There were ranks of warriors outside. "What do they want?" I asked Grimalkin. She sighed, drew back the blanket, and inspected Tom's wound again. She spoke so quietly that I had to lean closer to catch her words. "They want this sleeping prince to lead them across the river and destroy the Cabales. They have seen Tom defeat the Shiksa. Now they have witnessed his return from the dead, an even greater accomplishment. They want what I wanted. We have reached the position I hoped for all along. But someone else has brought us to this point. Someone who had already planted the seeds of this harvest months before we arrived here with Tom. Someone who has seen the larger picture of events and schemed to bring about this very situation." "Months?" I asked. "How could she know this?" "The winged being has been appearing to the Magawi for some time. It has been controlled by someone who hides in the shadows so that I cannot see him." "Do you know who it is?" I asked, suddenly afraid. I had thought Grimalkin was the great schemer, but now it seemed there was someone too powerful for even her to detect. "I know only one person capable of such powerful dark magic," she said. "A human mage I have encountered before. His name is Lucrosta, and he once served the Fiend. His purpose now is to ensure the survival of humanity and the destruction of the Cabales." "Tom told me a little of Lucrosta. Isn't he the dark mage his friend Alice now works with?" "Yes, that is the one," the witch assassin admitted, her face grim. Her mouth twitched, and I wondered if she was afraid. "But don't we all want the same outcome, then?" I asked. "Surely this mage Lucrosta would be a valuable ally." "Lucrosta is indeed fighting on our side against the Cabales, but sometimes the means he uses are too terrible, and the goal is not worth it," Grimalkin replied, shaking her head. "I watched the final stage of Tom's struggle with the assassin very carefully. He fought perfectly, exactly as I had trained him. But as he delivered the killing blow, he made an elementary mistake. His stance allowed the Shiksa to deliver the killing thrust." "But the Cabales warrior was highly skilled. Are you sure Tom made a mistake? Anybody can make a mistake in the heat of battle, surely." "I am certain, child," Grimalkin retorted angrily, showing her sharp teeth. "Tom Ward would never have made such an elementary mistake of his own volition. I think his actions were influenced by some magical force. He had to die so that these warriors could witness his resurrection. They are now more likely to follow him into battle obediently and without question. The winged creature and the prophecies made by the Magawi, it all fits together only too well. We have been used as part of a clever scheme, pawns in a much larger game." "Think what has been done and how it has been done," she spat. "Tom has suffered to meet the needs of this mage. He died a painful death, and perhaps an even more painful resurrection. We are all expendable. Tom Ward and Lucrosta are enemies. Last year they fought, and Tom won. There is something cruel and vindictive about what has been done here. In hurting Tom, the mage has exacted a painful revenge over his rival." "How is Lucrosta Tom's rival? Is it because of Alice? Does Tom still care for Alice?" I hoped he didn't. It couldn't be good for a spook to be so close to a witch. Grimalkin smiled bitterly.